Hi crochet friend, this is Maggie with amigos.com. This video is to highlight the pattern and help you crochet these beautiful maple leaves. I use medium weight cotton yarn with a 3.5 millimeter hook, which is a E in the US, but you can use any other yarn and hook size you like. Just keep in mind that changing the yarn weight and hook size will also change the size of your finished project. You'll need the written instructions to follow along. The link for those instructions and the full list of materials, including the exact yarn brand I used, is in the description below. Start by creating a magic circle, chain 2, and from here you're going to place 18 double crochet stitches in the magic circle. As a reminder, the initial chain 2 stitches won't count as a double crochet. If you don't like the magic circle, you can chain 3 and place the stitches in the third chain from the hook. Pull the tail to cinch and slip stitch to the first double crochet stitch to join. Chain 3 to start the second round, skip 1 stitch and single crochet stitch in the next stitch. Now you're going to chain 2, skip 1 stitch and single crochet in the next stitch. Repeat this 7 more times around. To finish round 2, you are going to single crochet in the first double crochet stitch of round 1. You have a total of 9 chain 2 spaces around round 2. Slip stitch into the first chain of round 2 to join, and for round number 3 you're going to single crochet 2, chain 1 and single crochet 2 in each chain 2 space around. Slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch to join. Now to start round number 3, slip stitch into the next single crochet stitch. You see me slip stitching into the back loop only of that stitch. I do that because I don't like to do a chain one to start the new round, so I can have a cleaner edge. And then you single crochet into the same stitch and into the next chain one space, single crochet 2, chain 1 and single crochet 2. You will do that throughout the pattern for every chain 1 space. Now single crochet into the next stitch, skip 2 stitches, single crochet, then repeat. Single crochet 2, chain 1, single crochet 2, single crochet stitch into the next stitch, skip 2 stitches, and repeat all the way around. Now to start round number 5, the concept here is the same. Slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch to join, slip stitch into the back loop only of the next single crochet stitch, then single crochet stitch into that same stitch, single crochet stitch into the next stitch, single crochet 2, chain 1, single crochet 2 into the next stitch. Then single crochet into the next 2 stitches, you're going to have 4 single crochet stitches on each side of the chain 1 space for this round. Skip 2 stitches, single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and repeat around. Here you see different color of yarn, however the pattern is the same. This illustration shows you what the next section of the pattern looks like. This is where we start doing partial rows only instead of crocheting all the way around. That means we will do partial rows and cut the yarn at the end of each row. So to do that, we are going to finish our last complete round of the pattern, which is round number 5, by doing a slip stitch into the first single crochet stitch. Then to start the first partial row of the pattern, we are going to use the same concept we were doing before by slip stitching to the back loop only and then single crochet stitch into that same stitch. We are going to mark the last stitch we are going to work for this row, but basically you are going to skip those 2 points in the bottom. That will be the bottom of the leaf, and the increasing concept is the same also. 2 single crochet stitches, 1 chain, 2 single crochet stitches for every chain 1 space. And here you may have noticed already, but we are increasing 1 by 1 stitch on each side of the chain 1 space in every row. So the last one we had 4 stitches in each side of the chain 1 space. For this one we have 5 stitches, and we will keep skipping those 2 stitches in the valley. I'm calling it a valley because it's the lower part. It's like little valleys and peaks, so just as an illustration. And we'll keep doing it until we complete this first partial row of the pattern. 2 single crochet, 1 chain, 2 single crochet, and then 1 stitch for each of the next 3 stitches. Skip 2 stitches and repeat until we have 7 of those little peaks formed. We are at the end of this first partial row of the pattern. Once you reach that last stitch, you are going to cut the yarn just a little tail so you can weave in after to secure the end. Now you're going to go back and attach the yarn You may have your own way to attach the yarn. I just attach the yarn to the first stitch and then slip stitch into the next stitch to start the row. I don't usually recommend crocheting over your tails, but since we are doing single crochet stitches here, it's pretty safe that you crochet over your tails. Just leave a little a small tail at the back so you can go back and maybe within again, so you can secure them to avoid unraveling after you finish it. The same way we created the first partial row, we are going to create this one. And here we started with 4 single crochet stitches and then 2 single crochet, chain 1, 2 single crochet in the chain 1 space, and then 4 more single crochet stitches, 1 for each of the next 4 stitches, and skip the next 2 single crochet stitches. Then single crochet stitch for each of the next 4 stitches again. And repeat 2 single crochet stitches, chain 1, 2 single crochet stitches for the chain 1 space, then 1 single crochet stitch for each of the next 4 stitches again. Repeat
Luke, Jace,
until you have 1 stitch left. So once you have 1 stitch left, you cut the yarn. And I'm not showing again, but you're going to use the same exact concept to do 1 more row in this section of the pattern. You are going to attach the yarn and slip stitch into the next stitch and use the same increasing concept for the peaks and the valleys. And once you have 1 stitch left, you cut the yarn. And now we are going to start the next section of the pattern. We are going to crochet partial rows using the top 5 peaks only. Here is a slightly different way to attach the yarn. You can attach the yarn to the back loop only of the stitch where you are starting and use single crochet stitch in that same stitch. So we are going to do 4 rows for this section. In the same way we did the first section, single crochet stitch to the chain 1 space, then single crochet 2, chain 1, single crochet 2 into the chain 1 space, always increasing by 1 stitch on each side of the chain 1 space. The increasing is naturally done with the flow of the pattern. I just like to mention because it's important that you know that every row will have 1 extra stitch on each side of the chain 1 space. And then skip the 2 stitches in the valley. And repeat. So here we have 3 rows for this section. We are doing one more, and then we'll be done with 4 rows for this section. Now that we are done with this section, we are going to crochet the next section of the pattern, which is only on the 3 top points of the leaf. For this section, we are going to crochet 5 rows. In the same way you did with the previous sections of the pattern, you're going to attach the yarn and crochet the partial rows on the 3 top points of the pattern. For this next section of the pattern, which is going to be the last one, you are going to crochet very short rows on the top of the leaf only. And the leaf is done. Now we are going to crochet the edging. We are attaching the yarn in the bottom of the leaf, the center, and we are going to single crochet around. Here I'm using a contrasting color yarn, but you can use the same yarn color if you like. You attach the yarn and you're going to single crochet around. One single crochet for every stitch around. So here in the bottom of the leaf, as an option, you can make a stem. You don't have to, but I think it looks nice when you make a stem, and it's very simple. All you have to do is you do as many chains as you want for the size of your stem. I am doing 8 chains, and you single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and each chain across, and slip stitch, cut the yarn, and finish off.